We are the heartbeat of Seattle.
Hello, and thank you for stopping by. For those of you that like to have a cup of coffee, whether it be Caribou, Seattle's Best, uh, name your brand, a lot of people seem to be upset with Starbucks these days. And as a matter of fact, the flagship Seattle office of the Starbucks was bombarded with protesters because of their relationship with the Seattle Police Foundation. And apparently, Starbucks has been giving a lot of money to the foundation, had been funding them. And apparently, people found out about it and they're upset. Excuse me. They're upset because they were under the impression that one of the employees from Starbucks, apparently somebody higher up, was on the board of the Seattle Police Foundation. Anyway, it says dozens of people protested in front of the Pike Place Market on Thursday to protest Starbucks' ties to the city's police department, according to photos and social media and the report. Elizabeth Turnbull, she tweeted, bikers began to roll in front of Starbucks. Protest is meant to bring awareness to Starbucks donations to the Seattle Police Foundation. According to a report detailed in The Guardian, the coffee giant also has a representative on the SPF board. Now, protest is good. When you have all the facts, protesting can be great. Although protesting does us more benefit than it does bring about change, at least nowadays. We have gotten to the point where businesses and politicians understand what we will do. Back in the 60s, they had no idea what was going to happen. When they started protesting racism and segregation and protesting against being treated unfairly and unjustly and unlawfully, being treated like that, our government and local authorities really didn't have any idea what the people would do. Now they pretty much know what we'll do. We'll protest. And some people will get into the protest and they will destroy things and they'll start a riot. And then after about a week or maybe 2 weeks, it'll all calm down and everything will be back to normal again. They understand this. That's why protesting doesn't change anything. I love protesting. I think it is the root of change in America. The founding fathers believed in protesting. They believed that it was the core to keeping America the way it is, supposed to be, free and for the people. Now, with freedom, you have responsibility. You can't just walk around doing stuff because you got freedom and you think you're able to do that. No, we have to use common courtesy and we have to use respect for the other person along with exercising our freedom. I want to sit down in the park on a bench and enjoy the view of the park. The bench is big. Now, another person walks up and wants to sit down on the bench so they can enjoy the view of the park. But I don't want them to sit down because I want to enjoy the park all to myself. Well, that's my right to sit down and enjoy the park. But by being selfish, I am interfering with another person's rights. That bench is big enough for the two of us to sit there and enjoy the park together. Maybe even understand something about the park that we didn't understand prior to the other person sitting down. Maybe they know something that we don't know. My point being is that when we do stuff, we have to be courteous and we have to be kind and respectful of the other person that's in our purview. Now, as far as this goes, they bombarded the Starbucks and they protested the Starbucks for giving money to the police department. Okay. They had facts. Some of the facts were true. Some of the facts were not true. Some of the facts were a little cloudy. And what I mean by that is that when they gave the facts in their tweets, they didn't give it exactly the way it was. They didn't do their fact checking. They didn't check to see if the person was still on the board of the police federation. They didn't stop and ask if Starbucks was still giving money to the police foundation. They just assumed that everything was the way it was before. And Starbucks might have changed. They might have stopped giving money to the police federation and they might have gotten the person off the board. Now it says here, the protesters, many of whom were on bikes, appeared to be wearing green Starbucks brand aprons, chanted, "We ain't shopping at Starbucks no more." They marched, according to a tweet by a journalist who attended, Elizabeth Turnbull. Now, she tweeted all this. She didn't do her due diligence and fact check. Now, I'm going to tell you what Starbucks has said about this. A spokesperson for Starbucks told Fox Business the coffee chain provided funding to the Seattle Police Foundation to support the SPD with implicit bias training and supported their 2019 banquet gala. So basically what Starbucks did, and I know this because I read this story before, Starbucks donated tons of money to the police department to help in their bias training, which means that they're going to donate all this money and the police department is going to do training on how not to be biased against other people, how not to be overpowering, overzealous, not allow their personal feelings get in the way of what they're doing. If I was a police officer and somebody pissed me off, they did something that just pissed me off and I'm having a bad day already, well, is it okay for me to take it out on that person? No, I'm a police officer. I understand police is bad. I understand they have it bad. I do. They're overworked. Some of them are undertrained. Some of them don't get the correct amount of time they need to break from a situation they're going through. I understand all that. I do. But the police cannot take out their frustration on the citizen. They're there to protect the citizen. Now, even the citizens that don't like the police, even the citizens that give the police a hard time, as a police officer, if I was a police officer, I would have to protect that person. I would have to do the very best I could to not escalate the situation. I don't want the person to give me an excuse to kick him in the head. And a lot of police allow their personal inner feelings to get in the way with their police job. And I get it. I'm not down on the police 100%. I am down on some police that just like to rough up stuff. They like to just kick in doors. That's their mentality. That's their personality. They don't have a serving personality. So therefore, they should not be on the police department. Now, the lady that Turnbull, the one that wrote this, she had no idea exactly why Starbucks had donated the money and exactly what it was used for. All she knew was Starbucks donated to the police department, therefore, we're going to protest. What do you think, Seattle? Are they right? Are they wrong? It says here regarding the reports that a Starbucks representative sat on the Seattle Police Foundation's board, the spokesperson said, "We previously had a partner, an employee, on the SPD board who is no longer with Starbucks, and as of today, we have no one representing Starbucks on the Seattle Police Foundation's board." They donated money to the Seattle Police Department once. They had somebody on the board to make sure that the money was done properly the way it was supposed to have been done. The money's gone now. Seattle the Starbucks has no vested interest in the police department anymore. So if you're going to report stuff, please get your story straight. And if I'm wrong, it's your job. If you see this video, it's kind of your job to point out to me that I'm wrong, show me where I'm wrong so I can correct it. But anyway, if you have something to say about this video, whether you like Starbucks and you're protesting, or whether you know something about the police department that I don't know, put it in a comment below. Yeah, right down there. Also, if you want to give me a big old thumbs up, hit that button right there, that thumbs up button. Also, if you have something for an idea for a video that you would like me to put into video format, give me a comment down below. Also, if I can do something to make my videos better, please put it in the comment below. Like them, don't like them, comment, I don't care. Just comment. Whether it's a good comment or a bad comment, all comments can lead to something constructive. Anyway, if you like my videos, give me a big old thumbs up. Also, if you don't like my video, you can thumb me down, but please be courteous enough to tell me why. I ain't going to be mad at you. If you just don't like me, say that. That's fine. Anyway, remember, let's make tomorrow better than yesterday by doing the very best we can today. Have a good afternoon, Seattle, America, and all points beyond.